Hey there folks, so yesterday I had a little mishap on my bike out. We were on a group ride and hit something in the road and did a pretty good number on my rim, and we'll see if we can straighten that out today. You know, it's pretty crooked when you spin it, but you know, that's yeah, right there. Didn't really do much damage to the front. It damaged the tire, but it hit hard enough to give me a double flat. So go ahead and pull this wheel off and see if we can get this basically straight enough to make it rideable for a bit longer until really the best way to repair this is just going to be to replace the rim, because that's some pretty heavy damage. But we'll see if we can straighten this out enough to get by here for a bit longer. Alright, so first I think I will try to pry this out a little bit with just a crescent wrench. Get it kind of started. So basically I just took an old screwdriver and first used it to pry away the bead itself there, and you got to kind of be careful not to smack down on the bead itself, because if you get that deformed, your tire's not going to want to seat up correctly. But yeah, basically just kind of pried it away, and then used the flat edge of the welding table there to give it a flat surface to kind of smack it up against there. And I just clamped some vice grip pliers, just clamped the sides of the rim down, used some pieces of wood to keep it from digging in there, and that seemed to work pretty well. But basically just kind of alternated between kind of smacking it in place and then prying a little bit, because it was pushed in pretty good. Alright, so it's getting better, but you can still see it's got a pretty good little hop in it there. So gonna take some back off the spoke tension, and we're gonna whack on this rim a little bit and see if we can get this in a little bit more of an acceptable range here. Right there is where it's basically our kind of problem area is. So I clamped a couple pieces of 2x4 just down onto the table, and actually let the rim just rest in there, and the two spokes there that are in the kind of the center, I loosened those up and then just kind of smacked it down, and then smacked the sides and kind of worked it into place there. It's the rim at this point. It's obviously a little wickety wackety there, but then again we've got the spokes really loose in that one spot. So as we tighten them up here, so basically just kind of worked away at it, through the wheel, kind of just normally. It was pushed in slightly and then pushed over to one side there slightly. So kind of the reasoning with loosening the spokes in that particular area, it basically allows the rim, if there's nothing to basically pull back on it, you can smack it between the two pieces of wood there, and the rim will go down slightly lower than what it was, and then once you tension it back up, it's going to be pretty well back to normal. Typically, it's a little different with a double wall rim like this, but it's one of those things you just kind of work away at it. Sometimes you have to back the spokes back off and then smack on it some more there. But the little blocks of wood fastened down, I've also have a tool that I made at work where you just take a long 2x4 and then basically take some long wood screws and screw the two blocks in place there, so it's kind of just a permanent little fixture. I think the two blocks that I had clamped down there, they're about 8 inches apart, which works pretty well for a rim this size. Alright, so it's still got just a slight hop right there, but it's worked away at it there for a little bit, smacked on it a little bit more, and I don't think the brake surfaces feel pretty good as far as where that's going to go. So I think we'll be all right there. And honestly, it's got that little hop in it, but I doubt if you'd even be able to feel that riding. But still got another month or two of just getting training miles and such on, so I'll probably run it for a bit longer. And yeah, so get some new tires put on here and give it a go. Alright, so the actual tools that I used here today, other than the truing stand, was just a spoke wrench. These spokes are bladed, so a little spoke holding bladed tool, a couple ball peen hammer and a rubber mallet hammer and a crescent wrench, a little scrap piece of aluminum, couple small wood blocks, couple big 2x4s and some clamps, and yeah, that was it. Almost forgot, I used this old screwdriver too. It was kind of blunt, ground up tip, and it's been used for prying and hammering things, so it's not a huge deal, but that was probably the handiest tool there. But yeah, other than my little welding table. So yeah, anyways, if you like this video, found it interesting, you might want to consider subscribing, because I'm always putting little videos and things like this out. So anyway, yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video, and thanks for watching.